How y'all doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. I haven't made a video in a while because I couldn't buy anything and I had COVID. So, those two things together, I just didn't feel like fucking doing this. So I didn't. So I was out today. I went to a yard sale and I got a boom arm for content creation for $5. She wanted $1. I gave her a fiver because it's a human being and I'm not gonna fuck him over on stuff. So we'll see how this goes. I don't like it bounces when you move it, which if I'm just setting up a different angle or whatever, I guess it doesn't matter. But I haven't had really an opportunity to buy anything, so I just have stuff to go through. So I figured I'd just do these 3 monopolies. So we have Monopoly Secret Vault, which I've never heard of or seen, and I know I said I'd stop buying Monopoly derivatives, but here we are. I can't stop. We have a Here and Now, which those sell pretty good, and then we have, this could be funny or it could be stupid, but we have a homemade Rochester Monopoly. Rochester, I'm assuming, is Rochester, New Hampshire. So why don't we start with that one? Alright, so here we are with this is construction paper. They put some effort into this. I give them that. I'm assuming it's going to be wholesome based on that, and based on they didn't do anything to the Monopoly Man. So I am from New Hampshire. Rochester, New Hampshire is pretty much the heroin capital of New Hampshire. And New Hampshire is the heroin capital of New England. And New England's the heroin capital of the United States. So a lot of directions you could go with this Monopoly, but maybe somebody just decided to make a nice wholesome family game, and then somebody decided they didn't want to own it anymore. So whatever they did to the board probably doesn't matter. I just want the tokens. I want the money. So we'll open this up. Obviously this is not resellable in any way outside of cards. See what they did with this. I just wrote Rochester on that. They may have put little to no effort into it. I don't know. We got a board. And what do we got? Burzer's office. This may be like also Health Fee, Staybridge, Starbucks, financial aid. Okay. Oh, tuition increase. Okay, so this is a college. It might be a college in Rochester. It might be a different Rochester entirely. Burton. Monroe County. No, this is New Hampshire. Okay, Monroe County House of Corrections. Yeah, so we didn't need the board. We didn't need the cards. They redid those. They did their own chance cards. This is cool. It's your birthday. I don't know what that is. Poor college student. They have nice handwriting. Chase account. Nearest railroad. They just kind of took from the eat bad food at the pit. Sure. What is this? Oh. Okay, cool. So they didn't do anything with the money. That was as fun as this might be. I'm trying to sell this. So the money is pristine. They obviously didn't actually play this. So that's too bad. So we put a lot of effort into this for no reason. Maybe I got a laugh out of it initially. So this, I believe, is the 8 count, which is not helpful to me at the moment because I sell them as a 10 count. And what I need is the horseman and the gun. I have tons of dogs and cars and irons, but I can't make full sets without the 2 that make it the classic 10 count. So realistically, I'm not going to make very much on this. We only got like $2 here. But whatever. It's good, clean, modern money. Oh yeah, should probably see if anything's even in frame. Yeah, see how it bounces? Not huge into that. Okay. All right, looks okay. Looks a little washed out. I don't know. I've never been good at setting up cameras, anyways. All right, so let's look at the here and now. All right, so then we have here and now. This is a series they do every once in a while, and it's modern, although because they've been doing it for like 20 years, it's not modern anymore. So it has different tokens. This one has an electronic banking unit. Anytime you can get a banking unit, those sell for really good money. So I still waited for it to be on sale, which doesn't, you know, I've been doing this a long time. People don't buy these. They go on sale, they sit, and then they get trashed. If you run into these at the bins, you could just take the electronic banking unit out and not pay for any of it. It's the banking unit's going to run you $1. But I'd rather get the whole thing. And then you get the cards, not picked through. I'm not sure what year this is. So we have our banking unit. One card. This is either going to be a 6-card or a 4-card set. Four so far. So this has like different hotels and houses, which I don't bother with because they don't move. But it does have special tokens, and they're different. They're not all the same 6 in the box, but they will be the same set. So everybody gets the same, gets these 6 if you got those, or a different 6. And the money, I believe, is also different. All right, so this is a 6 debit card set then. Hopefully we're not missing one. It'll still sell without. You know, not everybody's going to even have 6 players. But still, I'd like all of them if I could. Could just be underneath. Oh, no, there it is. All right, we got 6. So it's not going to have money because it has the banking unit. I don't know what year this is. Let's see. 2008. So they did 6, they did 8, they did 10. I don't know if they still make them. But the tokens sell well because they're all, you know, 24 different possibilities when you buy this. So we got a matador, a glove, those Russian dolls, starts with an M, don't remember, like some kind of thing, it's like a Tongan, maybe a surfer, not entirely sure what that's supposed to be. Yeah, I guess at that angle it's a surfer. And then we got these cards. See if we can fire this up. We're gonna have to look up value on this because I haven't sold this in a bit. The electronic units tend to go pretty quick. I should probably just see. Okay. Yeah, it has batteries. So you throw a card in here. 477 million. So we know this works. All right, so let's look at what this stuff all is. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with the camera here. It's all very different. All right. Okay, we can stop now, dude. I'm just gonna take the batteries out because I'm gonna keep them at any rate. I don't want it chiming at me this whole time. Well, they're actually corroded. You can see that it was blowing up. They've been in here for a long time, but it hasn't caused any damage yet. Well, those batteries are not keepable, but I'm definitely not leaving them in here in case I do sit on it for a while. Again, the banking units go pretty quick. I don't typically sit on any of them. I think I have a Monopoly Junior one that hasn't moved. and I'll test it before it goes out just to make sure it's okay. Like I didn't do something removing the batteries. And if it's not okay, I'm going to have to clean it, which I've done on here before. It's really not a big deal. But if I don't got to do it, I ain't going to do it. Put that back, and we'll look up. Some of these banking apps go for like $20 for whatever reason. I don't know if this is a desirable one or not. It does have 6 cards versus 4. So we'll put in here and now. Two 2006. Is that the right one? I think 8 or 6. Here now. 8. World Edition as well. So they're going to have probably a US-centric one, and then maybe a world one. That looks fine. Okay. So, right here we got somebody with the thing in the still in the pack selling for 20. Somebody's selling the parts. These historically I've never sold, so it's odd that I'm seeing them up here. It might be that people are buying them now. This is the unit with no cards for 12. This is the... That's odd. They have one of the ones I have, but the rest are not, so I think they swapped this dude in. Okay, another unit. It doesn't say cards. So they have the glove in this guy, but okay. So maybe it wasn't... Previously, it was always the same set. So maybe in 2008, they actually legitimately gave you a mixed set. But it's really odd how many parts are out here. Yeah, we got the Matador, the Surfer, this guy, but these are all different. I'm going to assume the person selling the parts is one person that has just flooded this thing. All right, but let's look at what everything is actually going for. 648, 68. That's not bad. So a surfer guy for $12, camel for 9. Those parts sold. Cards unit for 18. That makes sense. We'll just do that. Do unit for 18. Because people are trying to collect all of them, individual might make sense, but you know, if people are collecting, they may just buy the 6 I have if the price is right, and these are pretty high. It makes me think people are, you know, if you could buy 1 for 8 or 6 for 10, you're going to buy the 6 for 10. So why don't we do 10 on that, 18 on this. That puts us at that-ish. Somewhere in there. All right, let's look at the secret vault. We got Monopoly Secret Vault. I know nothing about this. I spent $2 on it, even though whoever donated it spent $1 on it. Some of these things go for good money. Some do not. Some are not desirable at all. And yeah, I can look it up while I'm standing there and figure out what's what. But at $2, I figure it's worth getting just to learn about it and see it. So we have the vault, which I'm guessing is going to be the bulk of value. It feels very cheap. Then we're going to have weird token. Oh, they're plastic. The fuck is that? You get these like things, other things. The houses are not. I do like that they put them in bags. But at worst, I have back. I hate that these are plastic, though. Like, what is that? What are you doing? They've always been metal, so they're not going to carry value, I don't think. So, under here. I highly doubt this game sells for anything as is. What is that? The board's very little. So it looks like you try to guess the combination. Not going to dive too much into it. I am curious about it in general. So you must have to set a combination in some way. I suppose I'll have to... Did I just guess, or... Or am I just strong-arming this thing? Okay, hold on. Okay, the middle always opens up. I don't know. Whatever. Before I goof around with it, we'll see if it has any value whatsoever. Because I'm not going to invest time into fixing things if things do not sell. So, we've got Monopoly Secret Vault, and we're going to learn about this as we go. 91 for sale. So we have unpunched money, we have the whole shebang, brand new, 20 bucks free shipping. That is not a great great thing to see. 9 watchers on a $28 one. We have the unit here for 14. We have the tokens, we have the dice. The dice are unique, that's kind of cool. Unpunched monies, keys, replacement parts. At the end of the day, does anybody buy any of this? 91 for sale, 13 sold. So we have tokens and dice. The sheets of money. Somebody's trying to do something with this, and they're not going to be able to do it. This is not going to go through the mail in one piece. So you got the sheet, and these things are pretty thin. And I learned this like my first couple of weeks in reselling. You can't throw just anything in an envelope because the post office will give it back to you. And they're very strict on width. So if you pad this in any way, it is not going to make it through the mail, and therefore you're going to have to send it for $5. If you don't pad it in any way, it is not going to reach destination looking like this. So somebody done fucked up there. Did that person learn their lesson? 8,000 sales. They must have a method. I don't know what it is, but good luck to them. I'm not doing that. So yeah, we don't have any sales on anything, basically. 13 things for sale. No vault, no one token. They're not metal. They're not gonna, that's the whole point of this. It's not gonna work. And now this is just Monopoly Go. So this was a bust. And I know to avoid it in the future. Just for the tokens thing. If it was metal tokens, I sell 10 random tokens, and they do go, and I put all the weird ones that aren't going to really fit in a full game, or if I can't sell the game as is, or whatever reason, I can kind of recoup some money on it. But this ain't going to work. So we end the day at an okay profit. For Stabs of the Dark, I'm all right with it. My kids will play with this and think it is super cool. So, whatever. So, if you like resale content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.